Hello everyone. Today we are discussing the topic One Nation, One Election, a proposal that aims to conduct national and state elections simultaneously. This idea has generated a lot of debate in recent years. We'll explore both advantages and disadvantages and discuss its feasibility and potential impact. Let's start by exploring the advantages. Manmai, would you like to begin?
Yes, Bhavya. One significant advantage of one nation, one election is the cost saving potential. Elections are expensive with resources allocated for security, logistics, and campaigning. If we conduct elections simultaneously, we can save a significant amount of money. These savings could then be redirected into developmental programs. Julie, do you think these savings would be substantial?
Absolutely, Manmai. In addition to the cost saving, having simultaneous elections means greater efficiency in governance. Right now, we experience disruptions in governance due to frequent elections in different states. By combining national and state elections, we can minimize these disruptions, leading to more stable governance and less political instability. Bhavya, what do you think about the potential for improving governance with this approach?
I agree, Julie. Simultaneous elections could lead to more focused governance. Right now, every election cycle causes a shift of priorities, with politicians often distracted by campaigning rather than governance. If all elections happen at once, politicians could focus on long-term goals instead of getting caught up in frequent campaigns. Additionally, voter turnout could also be seen an improvement. Hare Krishna, what's your take on how it might influence voters' participation?
That's a great point, Bhavya. With all elections happening at the same time, voters may feel that they are participating in an important one-time event. This could lead to higher voter turnout as people may be more motivated to vote. Additionally, it may promote greater awareness of national and state issues. But while the advantages are all clear, there are also disadvantages. Sisdipka, can you elaborate on these challenges?
Certainly, Hari Krishna. One of the major concerns with one nation, one election is potential for political imbalance. National parties with their vast resources might dominate the elections, overshadowing regional or local parties that focus on state specific issues. This could lead to centralized power and undetermine the significance of local issues. Manmai, do you think this could affect the diversity of political representation? Yes, Ceci. With all elections happening at once, there's a risk that regional voices could be drowned out by national campaigns. Larger political parties have greater reach and more resources, which could give them an unfair advantage, particularly in states where local issues should be precedence. Julie, do you think this might undermine the true spirit of federalism?
Exactly, Manmai. India's diverse political landscape requires careful attention to regional issues. If the national elections are held at the same time, state specific concerns might not get the attention they deserve. There is also the question of regional identity. Smaller regional parties could struggle to compete against national giants, potentially impacting representation. Bhavya, do you think this could lead to a loss of democratic integrity?
Yes, Julie, that's a valid concern. Local governance could suffer if national issues dominate the conversation. Another challenge is logistic of conducting elections simultaneously across a vast and diverse country like India. Organizing elections in multiple states at the same time would require massive coordination and resources. If something goes wrong in one state, it could disrupt the entire election process. Hare Krishna, do you think the logistical hurdles are manageable?
Yes, that's a great point, Bhavya. The logistics of conducting simultaneous elections are daunting. Elections require extensive planning, security arrangements, and transportation. It would be very difficult to manage this on such large scale, especially if unseen issues arise in certain regions. Moreover, the vulnerability to electoral malpractices could increase with such a massive undertaking. Sastipka, how do you think we can address these logistical challenges?
To address logistical challenges, we would need better infrastructure and a robust system in place to handle simultaneous elections. Technological advancements like e-voting could help streamline the process, but we can also account for regional disruptions or natural disasters that might affect election schedules. Perhaps staggered elections could be a potential compromise. Manmai, what's your opinion on staggered elections?
I think staggered elections could be a reasonable solution. Instead of conducting all elections at once, we could hold national elections in one cycle and state elections in another. This would reduce volunteer fatigue and allow more focus on local issues. However, the challenges would be synchronizing these staggered cycles to ensure that no state gets left behind for too long. Julie, what do you think about this idea?
Staggered elections might not be a good middle ground, as it could help focus attention on both national and state issues without overwhelming the voters. However, this would still require extensive planning and coordination to ensure fairness. It could also lead to increased administrative costs, but perhaps less than conducting all elections at once. Bhavya, do you think this could be a viable alternative?
Yes, Julie. Staggered elections might work better in managing balance between national and regional interests. While it's not a perfect solution, it could provide a framework that addresses the concerns of political imbalance and voter fatigue. Additionally, political consensus will be essential to make this work. We would need all political parties to agree on the system. Hari Krishna, do you think the political parties would be on board with such a change?
It would be difficult, Bhavya. Political parties have different agendas and priorities. Some might prefer the current system, while others might embrace changes. We would need a bipartisan effort to ensure that all parties understand the long-term benefits of such a change. Public awareness campaigns and dialogues would play a crucial role in gaining support for these reforms. Sistivka, do you think public awarenesses could help in pushing for one nation, one election?
Absolutely, Hari Krishna. Public awareness would be critical in ensuring that people understand both the pros and cons of the system. If the people are well informed, they would be more likely to support the initiative. It's also important to create an inclusive dialogue where all the regions and political parties have their say. Manmai, how do you think this discussion will conclude? Should conclude.
So, see, in conclusion, one nation, one election offers advantages such as cost saving, efficient governance, and increased voter participation. However, it also poses significant challenges related to political imbalance, logistics, and voter fatigue. While staggered elections might be a potential solution, the key to success lies in political consensus and public support. Julie, any final thoughts?
It's clear that while the concept has its benefits, it's not without its hurdles. Effective planning, ensuring representation of regional issues, and achieving political consensus పోయింది.
And
మళ్ళీ
అయిపోయిందా?
exactly
చదువు మళ్ళీ
మళ్ళీ
చదువు
అవునా?
నేను ఎడిట్ చేస్తాలే అక్కడి నుంచి చదువు మళ్ళీ.
It's clear that while the concept has its benefits, it's not without its hurdles. Effective planning, ensuring representation of regional issues, and achieving political consensus will be critical. Thanks to everyone for a stimulating discussion, and I hope we have given everyone a better understanding of the complexities of one nation, one election.